The other subject I want to talk about is external influences. And this is something I'm very passionate about, something I talk to my friends about all the time. What are the external influences that are coming your way? It doesn't matter whether you're a young person in your 20s watching this, newly married, or you're in your 30s or 40s or 50s. It doesn't matter what stage of life that you're in. The question is, are you fireproofing yourself? Are you protecting yourself? Are you guarding yourself from unhelpful influences, right? And this is, again, a beautiful quote that I want to share with you. Whatever you surround yourself with eventually leaks into your marriage system. You need to find quality married friends. The virtue and integrity of friends that you choose and the people who surround you will eventually have a greater impact on your marriage than you think. Married couples need married friends. Married couples need married friends. Friendships strengthen us and shape us. We need them. Our need for them does not evaporate when we marry. Sure, things change and they ought to, but we lose out as a couple if we think marriage supplants all our friendship needs. We lose out as a couple if we think that marriage supplants or replaces all our friendship needs. I have conversations all the time. So there are guys who I talk to, or even people who I hear who say, hey, after they get married, their spouse is not happy about their friendships, and they end up withdrawing from their school friends or college friends or whoever. And I think that's a trap, right? That's a trap, because then it kind of creates this resentment and animosity and so on, right? We need friendships, we need relationships. And so, again, if I look at my wedding day, there were scores and scores of people on my wedding day. And I remember I said this even on my wedding day speech as well, that day was not just a celebration, was not about me or Manisha and a celebration of us. It was a celebration of all the people who carried us and who blessed us and encouraged us and who poured into our lives in the years and years and years leading up to our wedding day. So I remember looking at everyone in the room and saying, hey, this evening or this morning is not about us, it's about you. It's about every one of you in this room who's made a difference in our lives. And so recognizing that, wait a minute, if we are really recognizing the impact and the influence of people and friends and relationships in our lives, maybe we should find ways to value them and treasure them and communicate that to them. Invest time in those relationships, right? So that's something I want to just leave with you, that at the end of the day, we are not independent, we are interdependent. And that's something I want to talk about in a bit as well. And so, yeah, one thing that I want to just share here as well is, sure, on my wedding day, I had scores and scores of people, hundreds of people on my wedding day. Sometimes my wife and I, we look at our wedding photos and we laugh, like, hey, wait a minute, there were hundreds and hundreds of people on our wedding day. Not too many of those people are in our lives today, but that's life. I think every person you speak to, if you look at their wedding photos and it look like 10 years later, 20 years later, almost all the people will be like, I don't know where these people are today. And most of these people are not in our lives. And that's normal, sadly. It's okay, right? Sometimes people come, people go from your lives, and that's fine. But it is totally, absolutely vital and critical that you recognize who are those people, who are those God-given, God-ordained relationships, who are those God-ordained friendships. Are you recognizing that? Are you valuing that? Are you sowing into those relationships? Are you pouring into those relationships? How are you stewarding those God-given friendships and relationships? That's the million-dollar question. And so, what will you do? Will you choose independence? Because that's very tempting, right? Or will you choose interdependence? Will it be independence or will it be interdependence? That's the question. Because here's the thing. Throughout our training, throughout our schooling systems and so on, you hear the word, I'm going to use a Hindi word, and that word is Atmanirbhar, right? Which is be independent, right? Be self-sufficient. The whole schooling system, the whole education system is geared at making you as independent and as self-sufficient as possible. But here's what, right? In the kingdom, it's flipped. In the kingdom, it's about being interdependent. It's about moving from a place of independence to interdependence. And I love this quote again. If you could dwell on this, this can really, really jar the way you do life and relationships and friendships. Godly married friends are vital to a healthy marriage. They sharpen you, encourage you, support you, and keep you trusting God when storms hit. We would not be who we are without quality friends. We would not be who we are without quality friends. No question about it. No question about it. And I love the scripture as well from the book of Proverbs. Twice in the book of Proverbs, not once but twice, it says this: where there is no counsel, the people fail, but in the multitude of counselors there is safety. Without counsel, plans go bad, but in the multitude of counselors they are established. It says this twice in the book of Proverbs, right?